A young man was standing with his hand on a candle flame, feeling a lot of pain, but he still didn't remove his hand. He wanted to strengthen his determination. Whenever he made a resolution, it would break after a short while, which caused him a lot of pain. Today, he had decided that no matter what happens, this time he will fulfill the resolution he makes, no matter the cost. And that's why he had placed his hand on the flame to strengthen his resolution. The young man's hand was getting burnt, and yet he didn't remove it. Even in the midst of pain, he kept reaffirming his determination repeatedly so that it could reach deep within his subconscious. At that moment, the youth's guru arrived there and quickly noticed the scene. Without wasting any time, he immediately moved the young man's hand away from the flame. And scolding him, the guru explained, "What madness is this? What will you achieve by hurting yourself? How can you strengthen your resolution through violence? This is foolishness." The guru continued to counsel him, saying, "Remember, a resolution can only become strong if it is formed without any violence, without any pressure, and is filled with pure non-violence. Such a resolution can stay in your mind for a long time, but if you resort to violence, you will only harm yourself." The young man replied with frustration, "Gurudev, I don't know what to do. I can't understand how to fully engage myself in any task. At the beginning of any work, I feel motivated, but after a short while, my focus diminishes. I don't know why I can't stay focused for long periods. It's bothering me, and sometimes, I end up harming myself. I become angry and upset with myself, and my mind stops working properly. In such a situation, what should I do? All my friends have achieved success, and my family keeps taunting me every day, saying that I am a failure and won't be able to accomplish anything. Now, I am starting to believe that they might be right. Maybe I'll never be successful in my life. If I don't learn to focus my mind, I might end up dying with my dreams half fulfilled. My life will remain incomplete without me achieving my goals. Do you have any solution to this problem? Can you suggest any way to help me?" The guru provided an answer to overcome this problem. He said that whoever understands their mind and learns to focus their mind becomes capable of facing real-life challenges. The guru continued to share his wisdom and said, "I want to teach you Buddha's 7 lessons for life today, which will make it very easy for anyone to learn how to concentrate their mind. It's true that focusing the mind is not an easy task. It requires difficult practice. But it's not just difficult practice. For this, there are certain rules. If you don't follow these rules, no matter how hard you practice, you won't be able to concentrate your mind. So, pay close attention to these rules." The guru starts by saying the first rule is just as a snake sheds its skin regularly, similarly, a person should keep removing his past thoughts from his mind. Otherwise, his mind will keep burdened with the weight of the past. And his mind will slowly become old. Your past failures, your desires, your greed, everything is buried in your past, and that means your past is buried in your mind. So, remove that past from your mind as the skin of a snake sheds from its body. The second rule that Guru explained was something like this: your body is your greatest asset. If you embed this thought in your mind, you will never mistreat your body. Discussing an amazing incident from Buddha's life, Guru told once, when Buddha was wandering in search of enlightenment, a guru advised him to do fasting. Mahatma Buddha used to practice every process with complete dedication, wholeheartedly. He never left anything halfway, he always completed it with full commitment. That's why he made fasting a significant part of his life. However, as he continued fasting over time, his body started becoming weaker. His existence seemed to be fading away, his body became extremely thin and frail. One day, when Buddha went to take a bath in the river, he suddenly lost consciousness while bathing. When he lost consciousness, that time a lady had come near the river to fill the water. When she saw Buddha getting unconscious, she brought him to the shore and tried to revive him. While bringing him back to consciousness, she started making Buddha understand that at the time when he had first arrived at that place, his face was full of radiance and glory, like that of a prince. She asked him what kind of meditation or penance he had been practicing that made him so weak and feeble now that there is no glow on his face anymore. What is he going to do with this kind of search, when his body only doesn't survive? It's this very body that can lead him to experience the truth, but he was focused on eliminating it. What kind of wisdom is this? What kind of penance is this? Forgive me, I couldn't understand anything. When Buddha heard the women's words then, immediately, all his doubts vanished from his mind, and Buddha decided that he would never resort to violence to attain the truth. Yes, that's right. You heard it correctly. Violence is not only about hurting others, but also about what we do to ourselves. We torment ourselves, we inflict pain upon ourselves, and that too is a form of violence. That's why, just as we hold the principle of non-violence towards other beings, we should also have a sense of non-violence towards our own bodies. We should take complete care of it because, after all, it is our most significant asset. Moving on to the third principle, the Guru said that the moon, the sun, and the truth cannot remain hidden for long. Therefore, always speak the truth, and never rely on lies. Just develop the small habit of speaking the truth, and you will see how much positive change it can bring to your life. Even if you cannot imagine it right now, if you adopt this habit and give it a try, you will experience its impact firsthand. Most people tend to lie frequently as if it has become their habit. They lie even in situations where there is no need to. But if a person develops the habit of speaking the truth, it means they will never be able to lie to themselves. Once we learn to speak the truth about ourselves, it won't matter what others say or think about us. Humans often lie even in front of others, so how can they expect to tell the truth to themselves? Moving on to the next rule, the Guru explained that it's better to walk alone like a horse rather than walk with donkeys. If you are not finding anyone to accompany you on your spiritual journey, then learn to be alone. Avoid foolishness and do not fall into the trap of bad company, otherwise, it will harm you, and those cunning people will take advantage of you and deceive you. This will cause pain to your inner self, making you unable to trust anyone. When your inner self cannot trust anyone, how will you trust yourself? The reason for all this is the company of foolish people, the company of cunning people, the company of tricky people, and you fall into the same company again and again. When will you realize that it's time to start thinking about yourself? It's better for you to stay alone, cultivate the habit of being alone, and recognize your own strength while being alone. Because here, no one truly belongs to you. Continuing with the next rule, the Guru explained that you should learn to value what you already have. Human beings always desire more, and, in that desire, they often forget what they already possess. He doesn't value what he already has, whether it's about his skills or his relationships with others. Let's take the example of skills. You possess some skills, and you are aware of them. However, when you see someone else's skills, you develop a strong desire to learn that skill, disregarding the value of your own skills. In doing so, you inflict pain upon yourself. If you don't appreciate your own abilities, how can you expect others to appreciate them? Similarly, the person who is present in your life cares about you and your feelings. You are a part of your family, but you are not valuing their presence. You are not giving them time and instead running after those who don't want to give you any time. How can you expect anything from such people who are not even your own? If you don't appreciate what you already have, you will end up digging a pit for yourself, and later you will regret it and cry, but at that time, there won't be anyone around to wipe your tears because when there was time, you didn't value them, so why would they value you? Therefore, before time slips away, value the things you have, or else you will regret it. Continuing with the next rule, the Guru explained that anger is like a deeply engraved knife. It may not draw blood, but it leaves a profound emotional wound. Understand this: anger consumes us from within. The words spoken in anger force us to regret later. At that moment, we hardly realize what we are saying, but after some time, when our anger subsides, we become aware of the words we uttered in anger. Once spoken, those words can never be taken back. They remain etched in the minds of others, potentially tarnishing how they perceive us. Therefore, always speak less, speak only as much as necessary, or else learn to remain silent. The strength of silence can lead you to great heights in the world. However, the habit of excessive talking can completely ruin your reputation among others. No one will pay attention to what you say if you keep talking unnecessarily. Finally, the guru responded while explaining his last rule, saying that the mind is everything. Whatever you think, you become. Therefore, always maintain positive thoughts about yourself. The guru explained that thoughts are like waves. They can be of two types, positive and negative thoughts. The type of thoughts arises inside us, similar waves start getting generated around us. That's why we should only encourage positive waves in our surroundings. Negative waves will take you backward. The guru explained that it may seem challenging to understand these rules initially, and you might feel that it's difficult. But it is not a difficult task. Few tasks would change your life completely. The first habit is like the way a snake sheds its old skin and moves forward. Similarly, remove the past from your mind and move forward. The second habit is that your body is your most significant asset. Understand this thought. The third habit is always to speak the truth, no matter what the situation is. Never rely on lies. The fourth habit is that if you don't have the company of good people, it's better to stay alone and decide your journey alone. The fifth habit is that whatever you say, think before speaking, speak less, or else learn to remain silent. Sixth habit: always make a habit of following the path of non-violence, as violence towards oneself is a sin. The seventh habit is that whatever we think, eventually, we become that. Therefore, habits with positive thinking will completely change your life. Your actions will start to change by paying attention and adopting these principles in your life. After explaining all these things, the young man touched his guru's feet and thanked him, saying that even though late, at least he got such good teachings about life. From now on, he will definitely adopt these habits in his life. With this, the guru blessed the disciple, and he departed from there. So, how did you like the story? Do let us know in the comments section, and if you liked it, then do subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Stay blissful until the next story.